Hi, this is single round of Floodgate. Now, I keep choosing Floodgate because, in my opinion, that's where the best matches happen, so it's only natural. For this round, I chose it not so much for my own gameplay, but more so for what happens in the round itself, like the actual progression of the game. It was unexpected for me, in my opinion. When I saw the game going one way, I thought it would just keep going that way, but it turned around. Yeah. There I'm trying to get the Viper because that was the imminent threat. Now I'm going to go on top of the node and try to stop the enemy orb run. Just couldn't get on fast enough. And there's our second orb. That's pretty good. Wouldn't expect it to happen that fast. Yeah. I guess Dickbird was at Prime. Yeah, locked onto the Nightshade, looking for it, and the AVRiL finds it. Basically assumed it would be back there. Alright, so now for the sniper, they're trying to get me in the back. Moving closer, flag, but then I do this 1-2 sniper kill. I used to be able to do that more often, but after I stopped playing, you lose some things. I'd have to go back and play Greed or something for quite a while. Get used to. Alright. Don't want to actually hang around at Flood. Wanted to get that first Redeemer. And nobody else was there. No one shooting me in the back either. So, yeah, it looks like we're in a good spot now. I hope Orb doesn't cap Flood. We don't really need to cap Flood. But it looks like that's what's going to happen. Still, sent the Redeemer to enemy Prime. But it looked like I hit a Scavenger there, which is really unfortunate. But we're still in a good position, so, I mean, it's alright. We took down enemy Prime, and now it's coming back up. Orb is kind of crossing Flood there because it's a bit faster. It looks like our Orb let the enemy Orb cap Flood, and now it's going to cap enemy Prime, which is as an Orb runner, that's why I would want to get Flood early. It turned out the trade-off worked that time. Alright. What am I going to do? I'm going to go to Flood here because of the time. I don't want to get into a bad situation. Look at the armor vest. It's not there. Yeah. Should be able to destroy it. But then the enemy orb just comes in and saves it. Yeah. Good for the enemy orb to do that. It would have made sense for one of us to destroy that enemy orb, but that didn't happen, and I wanted to get the Redeemer. Just walk over it to make sure it really was taken. It's some glitch where I think if you're like strafing on and off of the Redeemer and then it spawns when you're on top of it, then it just kind of, the Redeemer picture, I guess, it's stuck. It's going to be there until the next Redeemer spawns. I would be running the orb. I would have wanted to take it to Flood. And then I'd look for a taxi, but that's not there either. No Viper. So this orb run might not be so good, but it does have a taxi. So I'm going to move up. Try to help out this node. If we can keep it from building. Yeah, if we can keep it from building, let our orb touch it, then we wouldn't have to contend with this orb shield. But it does. Orb drop. Will it be destroyed? Yeah. That's the orb shield I didn't want us to screw us up like that, but that's what happened. Damage a node while it's being built. Could avoid that problem. Just gonna work on the next node. It is sort of abandoned here. There's that nemesis, so I go to the edge here because this would take the longest amount of time for the nemesis came back to defend to kill me. Now I'm gonna chase the nemesis, kind of assuming or hoping that we would have Prime secured. I thought that wasn't a good move. I basically walked into that black ball. A bunch of players here, we want to see them in Prime, but Prime's taking damage, and yes, Orb was able to cap. Enemy has their Nightshade here. That was a good combo. It's the kind of trick combo that you want to practice more often.
I've got the orb.
Make you a really flexible player. I'm going to help out at Flood. Decide for a moment, do I want to keep going since we just got Redeemered? And I figure, yeah, because our orb's there, I'll just keep going. Try to kill this player because I figured they'd be able to snipe and kill me if I was just focused on the node. No, and then I get killed in the back. So that wasn't so productive. Now the orbs are fighting it out at Prime, so I'm gonna take something more damaging to Flood, but there's 3 enemies here and not looking very good even with that. Dead. No. And now there's a Viper, so I'm just gonna try to deal real damage since I can't stop the node. Can't stop Flood. Yeah. Orbs at Prime. I don't really need to be here. And I die for it. So we have Orb here, we have me here. Enemy orb appeared in the map. I'm checking the orb runner. It's already gone and now destroyed. Okay, looks like we have the main area of the map under control. I'm gonna move to the next node. I don't need to be there to watch, as I'm pretty sure the orb is gonna cap. I don't need to see it to believe it. Help it Flood. Good, now we have that down. Flak was actually a rebound off the wall there. Yeah, okay, saw that player, but they're not chasing me. Orb's going to center, and I have to think for a moment, do I want to stay enemy Prime or help here? And I decide to help because the node wasn't taking damage, so you don't really know what the situation is. I got a good hit on there. Always want to knock down those taxied orbs whenever possible. Just try, get your hit scan weapon, get an Enforcer, it doesn't matter. Get the Stinger if you must. That's what you can get at the moment. Yeah. Help out center here. Try to get behind this nemesis. That was good. But I kind of anticipated that would happen since he seemed to be leaving this area behind him. I know I used to do that when I was big into the nemesis. Yeah, and now our orb's destroyed. And I wasn't able to do another lift jump combo. Or lift pad combo. And it looked like there's a glow of the red orb down the hallway.
I have the orb.
Yeah. Center. So there's Holsing going one direction. I'm going to go down the middle to spread us apart. And I do catch the orb. That's pretty good. The orb wasn't moving around too much, so the combo was able to get him. Yeah, but I wasn't able to stop those 2 vehicles. They jump over the spider mine trap. It's just a little thought I had in the moment. I see the orb and I'm looking for it, trying to catch it going around. I was a bit confused with the map. You know, sometimes you have this symmetrical map and you're thinking you're on the other side when you're looking at the map and trying to figure out where you are. At least I think that's what's going through my head at the moment. Yeah, and then we have the orb at center, and the orb just got killed. That's not good at all. It would be good if someone were to pick it up right then, and that is what happened. And then we get Redeemered, which was enough to take out our node despite the shield. I guess it had taken some damage. And then the enemy quickly caps. So the game was looking one way at the beginning, and now it's a complete turnaround. And the enemy team has good momentum. We have Prime, and now Flood's the concern. Good orb runner would go to Flood, and that is what's happening. This would be very tight, very close. It looked good, but no, someone was waiting. Probably Sibis. Pretty good. Yeah. So, we're in a tight spot. I'm going to take this orb, try to exert some control in the game. Assuming direct control. Yeah. But we had the taxi. So, that's a good situation. Yeah, get this node, and that player there's trying to get into the Nemesis. So, I'll just do the funny AVRiL kill. Next orb, I can't run it. No. It's going to Flood, so I'm going to try to help Flood from the other direction. Get in position. And this Darkwalker, you don't always see it, knock it down. And the Darkwalker tried to like sit on the node, but it wasn't fast enough. And I know that the secondary fire of the Darkwalker, if you'll call it that, takes about 3 seconds or 5 seconds. There's significant delay in between air bursts, so I knew I'd be able to get in there. Yeah, see the orb there, but Darkwalker gets it. So just destroy enemy Prime, that's my goal now. Orb is dropped over there. Oh, right, this position, I'm actually trying to look underneath the node, try to see approaching enemies. There's actually a Nightshade. It was chasing behind the orb. I guess that's what killed the orb before. Got me, but then the orb and I both got to the node, so that's good. No, enemy core is taking damage. Try to get this Nightshade if I could destroy it. No, not quite. With the enemy, with that player over there, probably Sibis, I fired forward but moved backwards and then just focused on the node. That was my plan. Next orb. Because I took one orb, the way the spawn logic seems to work is because you take one orb, even if you're not like a designated orb runner, it will now spawn you at core to get the next orb. That was a pretty good move. The whole little sequence there. Didn't want to rocket too close to Sibis, so I kind of backed off and caught the Viper as it was stuck in its path and run me over.
I've got the orb.
Sort of intercept that orb, and now their orb's dead over there, and it's in a position that can sort of be watched. It's not a great position for the enemy. Yeah, catch that Viper, basically knew it was over there, and do the little jump trick up. Do some damage to the core. Didn't mean to fall off, of course, just trying to back up as far as I can. Try to jump up again, but no, and now there's 3 enemies, so probably another one. Maybe even a 5th one at the turret. Alright, but we're in a good position. Now we have all the nodes, and suddenly the game has come back. I didn't think it would. Usually the game goes back and forth for a little bit at the beginning, and then the clear victor is made more obvious, the team that will eventually win 5 minutes later, as one team's defense is slowly obliterated, whittled down to nothing. But no, look at this great situation. Really uncommon. I think the way I view games, and I don't feel like I had such a great impact on that game. And it was 6v8 at the end, but keep in mind that there was Zafudos on enemy team who's productive enough, but then he quit right at the end. Yeah, and this is highlights from the second match, from the second round of this game. I didn't think it was a particularly good video. Saw it trying something new. You don't want to jump up really high as the orb runner. That's always going on in the back of my head. Something like that'll happen. You'll get sniped, or even hit with the shock rifle, and the falling damage will kill you. My thought is, anytime you get killed, anytime as a foot soldier you kill a Viper without using an AVRiL, that's pretty good. Yeah. And I could tell he was typing there, but still including that shot because it was like a direct flak and, you know, uncommon. Not an easiest shot. Yeah. There was a sniper behind me there looking around. And yeah, there's another kill with the lift jump.